My name is Deanna Erdman, and I'm from Baylor College of Medicine. And now, what do you know about microbes is the 12th activity in a unit entitled The Science of Microbes. Now, this activity really makes sense if you've done the entire unit, or at least a large portion of it. And if you'll recall, in Activity 1, students started out by taking a pretest and writing down a number of questions that they had about microbes. So now it's time to come back and revisit this. And this is a good lesson to think about any time that you are teaching a particular unit, because many times we do a quick review, but we don't always necessarily really go back to the beginning, think about what students knew at the start of the unit, what questions they had, and now come back and see, do they now have a better understanding? What questions do they still have? Materials are simple. You will have your pretest from the first unit, from Activity 1, and then you have a post-test. And then you might want some drawing paper for concept maps and some markers things along that line. So in Session 1, you want to revisit questions that the students had at the beginning of the unit. Now, depending on the number of classes you have that are doing this particular activity, you may still have those on a bulletin board or on a whiteboard. Maybe you recorded them on the computer and you can pull those back up, or you just have them on a piece of paper. But you want to bring those questions back and ask them again and see if the students can answer. And if there's still are some unresolved questions, this would be a good time to do some research and figure those things out. You might do a little looking at these questions ahead of time in class so you could be prepared for those. Then have the students in their original group discuss a concept map that they've been creating all along in this particular unit. And I think it's going to be real interesting. Then they might get kind of a laugh out of what their concept map looked like in the beginning, and now all of the things that they've added to their concept map, and the kinds of things that they found out, and the misconceptions maybe that they had about microbes. And so you might want to create a large concept map as a class. In the next part, you want to each student, now that you've had a good chance to go over everything, you want each student to complete a post-assessment. And after they've done that, pass back their pre-assessment and have them compare what their responses were on the pre-assessment, what their responses were on the post-assessment, and if they still have some misunderstanding about some of the questions, those are good times to have them bring it before the class and discuss and make sure that everybody has a good understanding of the material that you were trying to get across. You'll find a PDF along with this presentation that you can download, and I hope you've enjoyed the unit. Thank you.